to my right, ripping the ripping the 508, the team of Gillian Lee and Miss Alisha Edwards. Their opponents to my left, hailing from Long Island, New York, and the Enchanted Forest, respectively. First, I introduce to you, she's got big hair and an even bigger smile, Willow Nightingale. Her tag team partner, she's taller than a stack of pancakes, leaner than a pint of ice cream, the sugar creature, Solo Darling. And they are collectively known as the Bird and the Bee.
Two competitors with similar mindsets, very energetic. That sounds like an understatement.
Yeah, if they didn't go with Bird and the Bee, if they wanted to just call themselves Energy, I think that'd be an appropriate name. Whoa, Kevin Quinn's terrified.
Alisha Edwards doing herself absolutely no favors here tonight.
Of course, yesterday at Solid Gold for Beyond Wrestling, we saw Gillian Lee team with her brother, Anthony Stone, against Robo and Samara. So back-to-back nights for her here with Beyond and WWR. Interesting to see how her knee will hold up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's a few months removed from, you know, being cleared by a doctor after taking a few years off. Serious surgery. It's one of those things when you suffer, you know, a debilitating knee injury, it doesn't always require immediate attention. You know, you can kind of get by your day-to-day, but it can certainly make it hell if you're trying to get by as a professional athlete. And, you know, Gillian Lee finally getting that surgery. She's been back in the squared circle for a number of months. And, you know, somebody that started her career about 11 years ago, she's really starting to come into her own.
Absolutely. And when you have the guidance of Alisha Edwards, if you even have a little bit of a mean streak in your body, it's going to be amplified tenfold.
Of course, one of the things we're so proud with Women's Wrestling Revolution is our tag team division. It's interesting to see a new team joining the ranks. I kind of got a vibe that maybe Delmi Exo and Ali Rex could be jiving after their match.
Yeah, they seem to get along even though it was in the heat of competition and showed a lot of respect for each other after the match.
Oh, Gillian Lee, though, making a big mistake out of the gate, trying to target Solo Darling with that bad wheel. Solo bringing her right down to the mat. And Gillian Lee on the ropes where she cannot be defeated, trying to go back to the corner.
Gillian Lee going for that kick to the shin, the leg.
Do you think it's because she's got that brace, she's got an unfair advantage, that's why she's trying to strike with that leg?
I mean, if she can hit a big knee with that, I would think that there would be officials here to kind of work with that to make sure it's on the up and up, but maybe not. I don't know. Worcester's a wild place.
I mean, you know, our competitors aren't required to compete barefoot.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
depending,
the
I don't know
sole
what
of
it's
the boot
made
can
of.
be,
Yeah.
can be pretty hard as well.
I don't know what it's made of, but it could possibly come into play.
Well, it's shiny, so I'm going to assume it's metal, and if it's metal, I'm going to assume it hurts. Oh, taking a wild shot right there. Oh, slapping her again. Solo trying to maintain that vertical base, but how many of these shots can she keep eating?
Not many, because if you follow Gillian on social media, you know she's hitting the gym, and she's hitting it hard.
Now Solo trying to perhaps take out the leg that's 100%, because you never come back 100% from reconstructive surgery. Not a bad strategy, attack both legs. And here we see Willow and Solo Darling really trying to bring the tandem offense. Willow is somebody else that's had a fair share of injuries. Out for close to a year.
And for their first time teaming together, they have excellent chemistry.
Well, I know it's something that they've been discussing since they wrestled against each other a couple months ago. And, you know, talk about putting egos aside, though, in order to enter yourself in the tag team division. I mean, you know, you really have to have faith in that person that you're working with because they're going to be there to support you.
Absolutely. And
oh, look at the strength on a Gillian Lee, though. Back up to vertical base. Willow, though, getting the better of that exchange. A snapmare away from her corner. That's veteran wherewithal, getting your opponent away from their partner.
And you know you can have all the chemistry you want against each other, but when you come together as a team, sometimes it just doesn't click. So
of course.
That's also a factor.
Now trying to disorient her. Rolling her around the ring. Uh-oh. Lost the hold, though. And Gillian Lee a little bit dizzy. Looked like she was going for a tag to Alisha Edwards, but instead going to the wrong corner. I don't know who's the worst for wear there, as it looks like Lee's trying to wrestle for the leg. Willow quick to get to the ropes.
Nice reversal. Ran head first, but it didn't seem like it had an effect there. Now they're going to the outside.
Willow's just trying to throw her to the floor to get some separation or regroup right here. Oh! Oh, Gillian Lee finds herself in the wrong part of town. She would have been better off on the floor. Lucha Edwards trying to help out her partner. She thought enough was enough.
And now both women eating stereo kicks.
Oh, Lucha Edwards cut right under the chin, knocked off the apron. Oh. And the butt bump right onto the waiting arms. Willow with an airplane spin on the floor and slamming her hard. Onto the apron. Alisha Edwards, in the meantime, is able to get over to her corner and breaking things up. Solo trying to knock her back down to the floor.
Alisha Edwards has been in a lot of tag team matches in her career, and then you factor in the fact that she is Mrs. Eddie Edwards, and he is a tag team specialist over the years as well, so she has a wealth of knowledge.
Solo Darling doing her best to get that inverted cloverleaf on, trying with all of her might, but the strong legs of Gillian Lee proving to be too much, and the dropkick finds the mark. She's got to get her away from her corner. Going for the pin first. You see the expression etched on the face of Solo Darling. She's hurt. That dropkick took a lot out of her.
Absolutely, and now she gets in that corner. She may not get out of it.
No. Alisha Edwards gonna whoop her ass right now. You think the kicks were rough from the bird and the bee. Now just taunting her in front of the fans here, in front of her partner. Oh, Will getting clocked. Oh, and a kick for good measure.
Wow, she is just an angry, angry woman.
She's got quite the mouth on her.
And not only is she angry, but she's channeling it properly. I mean, look at what she's doing to both Willow Nightingale and to Solo Darling.
All right, enough's enough. Trying to grind her in the corner, risking disqualification. Alisha Edwards is one of those competitors that is skilled enough in the ring that they could get it done. She don't care, though. She'll take any shortcut that opens itself up. Great combination. Sending Solo Darling reeling. I don't think Solo knows just how close she is to Willow.
She's very close.
Just
She almost got the
fingertips
tag
away.
right there.
But Willow Nightingale did not have the tag rope.
No. And this is just classic tag team wrestling, cutting the ring off. And if they go to quick tags, it'll be even more classic, but seems like they're not going that route quite yet.
Uh-oh, not sure who's got who hooked.
Uh-oh, this could be huge.
Oh!
And if Solo Darling was hurt before, now she's just writhing.
Making sure that she can't make the tag, holding on to the leg.
Because whoever executes the move, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, I mean, a superplex, right? I mean, you're putting yourself in harm's way to hopefully do more damage to your opponent. Oh, caught her with that kick to the face right there. Solo's doing everything in her power. This could be a last-ditch effort. Oh, there you go.
That's just some New Bedford. That's just some New Bedford stuff right there.
Big mistake, though. Solo had the opportunity to tag out. She's trying to fight the good fight on her own. And there we go, finally making the tag. This is Lucha rules. I'm not sure that that's a legal tag. Gillian Lee does need to retreat to the floor. I'm not sure all four competitors.
I think they might have forgot it's Lucha rules.
I certainly didn't, and I don't think referee Kevin Quinn did either. She goes for the pin. Is the referee gonna allow it?
Guess he's gonna let it go. Being very lenient here with the rules. Lax, I would say.
Well, you think Solo Darling does compete primarily for Chikara. It's certainly a rule set that favors her. Wow, there you go. Talk about a New England classic, the lung blower. Hurricane John Walters. And Solo Darling not even in position to break things up for Willow. Willow having to dig deep there.
And not only was that done the right way, but the momentum that she added onto that made it even more brutal.
Now the wheelbarrow senton again, switching up partners, going for the pin. It is Lucha rules. And finally Solo able to get in there. And Willow through the ropes. And it looks as though Solo, I don't know, who's legal? I mean, Lucha rules doesn't mean everybody in the ring at the same time. That's a tornado match. The referee's got to get control.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh.
Well, Solo Darling answers her question with a kick. Oh, boy. Oh!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow! Solo Darling might feel that drop kick for a month. Goes for a kick.
Oh.
And goes face first instead. Wait a minute. What is Willow up to right now? Wait, is that Green Ant?
Well, he is here watching today's event. Everybody getting wiped out. We saw him in action earlier tonight for Beyond Wrestling. Coming up short against Cam Sakami. A huge risk from Willow Nightingale. The moonsault to the floor.
Typical ants, they just appeared out of nowhere and then they disappear again.
There are a lot of sugary drinks being poured at the bar. You ever have an electric haze at Electric Haze by the band Electric Haze?
I have not. Should I?
Oh, the Electric Haze is a good one. That's why you get to see WWR live.
Gillian Lee with an emphatic forearm followed by a lariat.
Oh!
Double arm DDT. Flatliner. Gillian Lee up top.
Oh, what a blockbuster.
Wow.
But it's Alisha Edwards that's going for the pin.
And Solo right there for the save. This has turned into a great match.
Yeah, you can tell the strategy of the newest team. You know, they had a little bit of trouble getting out of the gates, but now they find themselves in a position where they have Alisha Edwards isolated.
Oh, no!
And they call that one the talk. That's a devastating move. Rough landing for Alisha Edwards.
Here are your winners, the team of Willow Nightingale and Solo Darling, the Bird and the Bee.
I wouldn't be surprised if we had some injuries out of this match. That was
physical.
really
That was very
physical.
physical.